Okay, we're going to give you some career advice here that will help you in terms of advancing. So, we're going to talk about what I call the 80-20 career rule. 80-20 rule, if you're not familiar, it's also known as the Pareto principle. Welcome, colleagues. George Sloan from Myford University. We're going to give you a little bit of advice here that will help you. If you are looking to advance in your career or in your business even, you want to focus on what moves the needle. And we'll explain why in a second. If you want a raise, if you want a promotion, or if you want more clients, you really have to focus on what makes that happen. And that will require you to do a little bit of an analysis to figure out, the 80-20 rule basically states that 20% of your clients, for example, will give you 80% of your revenues or your profits. The other 80% of your clients, for example, will drain you because they'll only produce 20% of your profits or your revenues. So you have to do a little bit of an analysis. You have to figure out, if we're talking about getting a raise or promotion, for example, what is it that you do that provides the most bang for the buck for your employer or for your client or your customer, for your supervisor? Who benefits, and what is it about you? What are the little things that you're doing, the 20% that gets you 80% of your results? Once you figure that out, then you can focus on that 20%. And that's really the secret. You want to focus on the 20% of the actions that give you 80% of the results. It's a very simple concept. It's a simple framework, but you do have to sit down and think about it a little bit so that you make sure you're focusing on the right things and putting less focus or emphasis on the wrong things. So if you want it in a simple step-by-step approach, you want to do more of what creates outcomes. You want to solve expensive problems, right? Not the easy stuff, the difficult, expensive things. The next thing you want to do is you want to find ways to make or save money or time. In other words, improve the process somehow. You don't want to get lost in busy work. Uh, Answering emails, or at least reading emails, to me is not highly effective or efficient. Answering them sometimes might be more effective than just reading them, because you might have the opportunity to create, a result. But for the most part, you want to focus on the important stuff, not the administrative busy work that you should be shipping off to someone else. There is a concept in economics known as the economics, you know, the economic person who does the most efficient, right thing. The example they used to give in business school was an accountant who might make $60 an hour shouldn't be painting his house if he can pay someone $25 an hour to pay it. He should be doing accounting work and paying them to do the other work, and he focuses on what he needs to focus on. Next, the next tip is you want to track your results. You want to speak in numbers. You want to think in terms of leverage. You want to make sure that your goal is very specific, very clearly defined, and measurable. It's almost like the SMART approach to goal setting. Um, if you want to learn about this type of skill and other skills like it, please visit myforduniversity.com, where you can learn it fast and apply it faster. We'll see you the next time. Thank you.